we have 5 teams and they're playing every other team. So we times by 4 to work out the number of games, except that when we do this, we've got A playing B, but we've also counted B playing A. So we've double counted. We need to divide by 2, and there were 10 games. Now we can add up the number of points, 19, 23, 27. Overall, there were 27 points. So the points we get 3 points for a win. So I can write down that 3 times the number of wins plus 2 times the number of draw, because when you have a draw, each team gets 1 point. So 2 points are just shared. That is going to equal 27. And then we also know that the number of wins plus the number of draws, because when a team wins, another one loses, and when a team draws, another one draws. So we only need to count these once each. That is going to equal 10. And I've constructed simultaneous equations for this. So I'm going to times through by 2. 2w plus 2d is 20. 3w plus 2d is still 27. Subtract. Now the d's cancel, so we're left with w is equal to 7. And therefore the number of draws will equal 3. Just very quickly, another approach to this question, if you prefer, is to say, right, there were 10 games, the maximum number of points would have been 30. But in fact, there were 27 points. So the only way we can lose points is if we have draws. We've lost 3 points. For every draw, you lose 1 point because you get 1 less than a win. And that's how you can alternatively see that there were 3 draws. On to part 2. We're asked, what were the results of Green's matches against the other 4 teams? So I took each team, yellow, red, green, blue, pink, and first of all try to work out how many they must have won, drawn, and lost. So yellow, to get 10 points, the only way that this could have happened was if they won 3 and drew 1, therefore losing 0. For red, to get to 9 points, they couldn't see to get to a multiple of 3, they would have to draw 3 times, but then they wouldn't have enough to get another 6 points. So they must have won 3, drawn 0, and lost 1. Greens, we can't be sure yet whether they drew all 4 or they won 1 or drew 1. So I'll leave that for the moment. The same with blue. Did they draw 3 or did they win just 1? Let's look at pink. So pink, they only got 1 point, so they must have won 0, drawn 1, and lost the other 3. Okay, so let's just look at the possibility of green drawing all 4. Now, actually, there's no way that could have happened because red didn't draw any. So we can eliminate that and say for certainty that green must have won 1, drawn 1, and lost another 2. And this also now gives insight into blue. Because we know there were 6 draws, there must be in this column a total of 6. Because for 6 draws, you'd have, if yellow draws with green, for example, then you'd count it twice. So it must be that blue drew 3 games and they didn't win any, and then they lost 1. We're nearly there now. So before I focus on green, I'm just going to focus on a few of the others. I'm going to look at blue. So blue must have drawn with 3 teams, must have drawn with yellow, green, and pink, because red didn't draw any, so they lost to red. And then pink, they must have, again, they drew 1, but they must have lost to red, because red didn't draw any. Could they have drawn with green? Well, we know that green drew 1 of them. Actually, I think we've got enough. I don't think I need to do this one for pink. Let's focus on green. So green drew with blue. So that is that bit sorted. They must have beaten pink, because pink didn't win any. And therefore green lost to yellow and red. Okay, and we got there. Carefully working through it. Well done.